Welcome back to Continuity Be Damned. I bring this up because I remember some voices but not all, and gosh howdy do I love forgetting voices. Mostly Gustavia, that's what I'm forgetting. It's pretty much the big one. Detective Bad, Mr. Lasius, is the investigation over already? There's my mouse cursor.
He said he had no more use for me and kicked me out, just like my ex-husband.
That joke wrote itself, to be fair.
Manny the meanie, what a rude thing to say.
It was probably to ensure that you wouldn't eat any more of the crime scene. She does seem to have her face in that bowl of custard a lot. And for the record, I accept that my questions of why a pharmacist is disguising herself as a chef to enter a cook-off, or dessert-off, bake-off, I don't know. I accept that that'll be answered in time. Why is she still dressed like that 18 years later? I feel like that's a question that's not gonna get answered. Anyways. Or who knows, maybe that's just the outfit she wears because she bakes her penicillin?
So, Detective Bad, did you get kicked out too?
It seems Von Karma thought I was getting in the way. He won't let me investigate. Said I was doing badly. I shouldn't joke, it really hurt my feelings.
Why would he remove his own detective from investigating? So he can... whatever.
But we know just about all there is to know about the crime scene. Right now, he's talking to Gustavia in Dover's room.
Why does he need to speak with Mr. Gustavia?
We heard from Hall.
Which one's Hall? Actually, I don't remember. Which one's Hall? Yeah, okay.
We heard from Hall that Gustavia was seen entering the victim's room.
Mr. Gustavia?
Yes, I saw him entering Dover's room, and it seemed like he was trying to avoid being seen.
She did it. It's absolutely 100% her.
Although I have no idea what he did in there.
And I think we're supposed to know this at this point, since Edgeworth has come to this conclusion. Though she clearly gets away with it in this past case, because she's still running around not arrested, incarcerated, whatever, in the Miles Edgeworth time.
He is currently under suspicion for melting Dover's sherbet.
Just why did Mr. Gustavia enter that room?
I also have a photo of Dover's room here. If you need it, I'll let you take a look at it.
Eh? What? Why would you do that for us?
There's the lollipop.
You still don't get it, kid. I'm saying I want to help you guys in order to discover the truth of this case. And even though I like you, I'm not gonna bring you up the next time I meet Miles Edgeworth, despite the knowledge I have that you two should at least be related in some regard.
And I don't mean like blood related, obviously, but they clearly know each other. And Edgeworth meets Bad, and Bad says nothing about this guy to Edgeworth. But hey, who am I to judge? Well, they probably didn't have Ray written, to be perfectly fair, at this point, when they made the first Edgeworth game. Detective Bad.
Is that alright, Detective Bad? Won't Von Karma throw you out again?
I have no intention of becoming Von Karma's lapdog. If he won't let me investigate, I'll just do as I like. Getting tied up in stupid rules will only blind you to the truth.
Bad's a good guy.
Isn't that right, Attorney Edgeworth?
He has a more sinister voice than I would like. Trying to tone it down a bit. Of course, Detective Bad. I thank you.
This is amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Now we've got Detective Bad on our side. Oh, I don't really get what's going on, but I'm glad you boys are all friends now.
I'm grateful that he'll lend us his strength. Well then, can we go see the photo now?
Right.
I was hoping for more lines than just right, but hey, whatever.
This is the current state of Dover's room.
That's a little better. I need less gravel in the voice. Oh, the sherbet is completely melted. I can go for sherbet. This game makes me hungry. I'm sorry, this case makes me hungry. The room is drenched in a light blue liquid. We should compare the picture with the photo Miss Hall took. The sherbet melt because the power cord was pulled out.
Yeah, because it was pulled. All of the refrigerated glass cases lost power completely.
Looks like the power cords were connected to one socket. Do you have any idea... Do you have an idea when this cord was pulled out?
No, it's still under investigation at the moment. And I mean, that's not really something we can investigate, so doubt we'll get anywhere with that.
What a waste of beautiful sherbet.
Honestly, had I known it would end up like this, I'd have eaten more of the stuff.
Did Mr. Dover's sherbet taste that good?
Oh, yes, his sherbet was most delicious.
Really? I wish I could have eaten some too.
But there was one...
Is everyone enjoying this conversation?
But there was one piece that was so salty I couldn't eat it.
Salty?
It's right here in this photo. It was part of that lyre.
The handle, you mean? That's the lyre from the Gemini constellation. Ah! You snuck a bite off from the lyre, and that's why the strings are missing.
Fie! I could never have eaten that much. It's way too salty.
Sherbet was most delicious, but the lyre part was salty. Curious. But why, though? One part of the sherbet tasted different. That's rather curious. Thank you, Edgeworth. Gregory and I get along. I mean, I suppose as long as you could eat it, it's allowed, but... And there are times when salt is a nice contrast to sweet. If you guys have never had apples and pretzels, like, right at the same time, a nice, crisp, sweet apple really contrasts well with the saltiness of pretzels. They are seriously very good together. However, you know, I don't think salt and sherbet go together terribly well. Someone other than her also take a bite out of it and replace it with salt? Oh, maybe Gustavia sabotaged it. That's a weird way to sabotage. Did you notice anything else?
Now that you mention it, I see sherbet sculpture had these strange markings on them. They had 2 letters carved into them. Wait a minute! There! It looks something like this.
Oh, fuck. We have a thing like that, right? An alphabet signature. It can't be. We have a thing. Yeah, we have this bad boy. Which is... meant to be the initials of... No. Who is that meant to be? I can't remember, but it made a certain amount of sense. Whoever it was. Huh. I can't remember who that was supposed to be, PH. But it definitely made sense. That's unfortunate that I can't remember. Sorry, I was just thinking about, we found a body in the other, the Edgeworth bit, that was floating in the fountain, and it clearly looks like Dover. So, I was just remembering that business.
I knew it. I just knew Monsieur Dover made this lyre. He isn't one to make mistakes in his sculptures after all.
Miss Hall, it's been troubling me for a while, but... do you know something about Mr. Dover?
Huh? Why would I know something about Monsieur Dover? It's not like I killed him. Frog in my throat.
Ooh, there's an idea. She'll get angry. Since she's clearly the bad guy, she's going to get like a more sinister and deeper voice when she gets angry. Since that'll clearly happen at some point. So, I'll keep that in mind. You seem quite attached to Mr. Dover's handiwork.
That's just because his sculptures are such great works of art.
No, I believe his works are very special to you in particular.
How do you know that?
There's a piece of evidence that we believe belongs to Mr. Dover. And it happens to share a common feature with another piece of evidence.
Please show me. I have no idea what you're talking about. Which two pieces of evidence share something in common?
Two pieces of evidence that point to Mr. Dover. Let's start by presenting the first one. Okay, so this photo... Do we have... See, I don't see these letters they're talking about, so I'll assume the photo's one of them and this is the other. Take that! And now the second piece of evidence, which shares a common feature, is... this? Nope, that's not it. Alright, so clearly I'm missing something. More lines, more lines. His voice is a bit deeper than, clearly I'm giving him, but, it's not objectionable. It's better than Ray. I don't care what anyone says, that he is just too scrawny. This guy is... he's bulky enough to kind of get a baritone going. I do not believe for 1 second Ray has a baritone voice. He's just too much of a beanpole. Alright, so what are we looking at? Oh, is it... oh, right, we found this. Yeah. Right on the bottom, it says pH. Ah, yes. Okay, but that's... how is that related, though, to... there's two pieces of evidence that are related to Dover. It's not the testimony. Mr. Masters, very sweet. It wouldn't be the camera. No, that's not it. Maybe it's the signet. I was trying to find the word sigil. And the moon. Maybe? Okay, yeah. I don't know where we're going with it. Well, we just found the pH on the sherbet, but, I don't really know... Alright, so they're all connected, but I don't know where that gets us. Delicia saw 2 letters of the alphabet. They were probably used as Mr. Dover's signature. Why would Dover use PH? It was like Pierre Rock or something like that. Pork, I don't know. Just an artist would sign their name on their works.
Right. Oui. Oi! I remember now! I see sherbet sculptures had PH carved into them. I'm sure of it.
PH. Those aren't Isaac Dover's initials, though.
Yeah, they're not. No, but we found the seal at the scene of the crime. I was trying to think of, like, any scenario where that would work, and it's like, nah, not really. It had probably fallen out of the late Mr. Dover's pocket. If you would press the seal into something, it would mark the letters PH. Also, the very same PH symbol is engraved into this teapot.
The same symbol.
This teapot was made by the sculptor Pierre Hoquet. In other words, PH is the signature of Pierre Hoquet. Miss Hall, you know about this signature all too well, don't you?
Oui, Monsieur Hoquet's works always bear that signature. Since he never shows himself in public, his signature is used to identify his works.
Ah, so Dover is Hoquet.
No way. Are you saying Pierre Hoquet is...
It seems Detective Bat has also realized Isaac Dover's true identity. To Miss Hall, Mr. Dover was no ordinary pastry chef. That's because his true identity was... a fan of sculptors. Excellent. I do love those moments. My favorite one is probably a tie between, these are going to be weird. One of them's pretty well known. In the Berry Big Circus case in the second game, Regina asks you to, like, get her coat or something like that. Go find something for her. And your options are, but of course, right away, and yes ma'am. Because everyone's weirdly obsessed with the underage girl. Meanwhile, and that was just kind of funny. And actually, if you go on the TV Tropes page for But Thou Must, that is the image they use. The other one is in the first game. during the Willpower Steel Samurai incident, Phoenix is presenting what, for whatever reason, what the defendant ate for lunch, or what the witness ate for lunch is important, and she's lying about it. And the evidence of this is like on a plate that we find, because there's only one bone, and she's insisting she had lunch with somebody and they both had T-bone steaks, but there's only one bone left over. So your options, obviously she's lying, and those options come up. There's only one reason the bone isn't there, and you ate the bone too. I love that one. Just I love Phoenix. There's only one reason the bone isn't on that plate. You also ate the bone. And everyone just looks at him like he's a fucking idiot. That's right. Mr. Dover's true identity was a sculptor, Pierre Hoquet.
What? Mr. Dover was a sculptor?
I mean, that's not... He's allowed to be both, you know.
Things like signatures can be faked if you have the original designs.
Hell, if you have a copy. What's to stop me from going out and making a similar ring? Planting it on shit. Like just walking up to a pastry. Right in the cake. There! Made my cake. It's mine.
Can you really use that as proof that he was a sculptor?
No, but what's important here is that Miss Hall thought he was. As for proving his real identity, I'll leave that to the police.
I get it. I'll have the boys check up on it.
As I expected from you, Gregory Edgeworth.
You knew Mr. Dover's real identity all along, didn't you? And if you expected it, why the hell did you make us jump through a hoop to find it rather than just tell us, you stupid woman? Smack. That's the sound effect of me smacking. I'm very straightforward. By the way, sorry if you hear like motorcycles outside my place. That usual business.
Oui. When I discovered the body, I noticed the seal. I knew from that moment he was Pierre Hoquet, the man I greatly admired. Thinking that this would be his final posthumous work, I just couldn't sit still.
So, that's why you entered Dover's room.
Huh? What did you say?
When exactly did you take this photo of Dover's room?
That was... Perhaps this was taken during the judging.
That's strange. I thought you said the camera ran out of film during the judging. Before Mr. Master entered Dover's room, you were the one in possession of the camera. Wasn't that why you were able to take the photo when you discovered the body?
Oui, that's that.
The only photo you took with the new film were of Dover's room and that body. If that's the case, a new contradiction comes to light.
Another one.
A piece of evidence that contradicts the two photos Miss Hall took is... the camera? There's only film for... Yeah, wait a second. Has the capacity for 20 photos, but there's only film for 3 more. That means there's like 17 photos, and we're only seeing 2. Or she didn't go and get a new thing of film. That's probably more likely.
That is my instant camera.
You've already handed the photos of Dover's room and the body to myself and the police.
That reminds me, didn't you also take a photo of me and Mr. Edgeworth just now?
The film using this camera can take up to 20 photos. However, this camera only has 3 photos left. Which leaves 14 photos. Oh, yep, wait. Yep, yeah, I'm an idiot. It would be 14. Which leaves 14 photos unaccounted for. Exactly what were they used to photograph? Please show us all the photos you took. We will be able to discern your actions from these photos.
I'm so sorry. I have told a terrible lie.
Turned into Cartman a bit there.
Oh my god, you guys. I told a terrible lie.
I might use that voice later. I need to find like a whiny guy though. Other than Larry, since I'm already doing his voice.
Don't tell me. All of the remaining shots are of Isaac Dover's room.
My deepest apologies. It seems they're all shots of the ice sculptures from various angles.
So when these were taken, the sculptures had not melted yet. But that means the one who caused them to melt was you?
Oui, I am positive that I melted them.
You are positive?
I am an aficionado of the sculpture Pierre Hoquet, who is actually Monsieur Dover.
Was. Using your wrong words there, lady.
Before the authorities could defile his final masterpiece during their investigation, I thought I should preserve them on photographs. Hence I entered his room.
In that case, why did all the ice melt?
It's probably because, as I was taking the pictures, I became entranced with his works. And it seems my foot accidentally got caught in the power cord, unplugging it.
Bullshit. Accidental, you say?
I did not notice the power cord at the time. I would never have imagined I would be the cause of those sculptures melting.
Could the truth really be that simple? No! People notice shit like that. However, I cannot say for certain that she is lying. That's true. It's going to be hard to prove that she's lying.
I am so sorry to have caused you all so much trouble.
As long as you are telling the truth, there's no need to apologize.
That's right. Don't sweat it, Kate. Thank you very much.
Edgeworth, here, take this picture. Do what you want with it.
What have we got? The original, 2 photo... Yeah, we'll check that out. Or maybe we'll, you know... Manfred and Gustavia. Can't remember his voice for shit. Been a while.
You meddling fools still haven't given up yet, have you? No matter how long you wait, I have no intention of allowing a defense attorney to investigate.
No matter. If we can't investigate, we'll find the truth through some other method.
Always ready with a comeback. Well, do try your best.
What other... That's not a comeback. Let's see these photos, by the by. Okay, that's first one. Okay, so it's just these two. That's a hell of a... Wait a second. Hold the freaking phone. Just one cotton-picking minute here. So first I was going to comment on how you can't see my cursor, so there's no point in circling it. You see how the cord's like kind of in the middle of a pile there, or in the middle between the two there? That's a hell of a tripping and unplugging from where it is, which is under the table over there. So, possible? Unlikely, let's say. I don't think she was walking underneath the table, but the angle might be wrong. The thing that's more interesting is, you notice that little white box at the lower part of the Gemini statue? It's not around, is it? It up and vanished. Wonder what that's all about. But we'll have to wait for next time to determine that. Or probably even later than that. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Tokenlad. Talk to you later, shrewd negotiators, and see you around Ask Clowns.